Okay, the next step that we are going to do is we are going to put two edge pieces into place. This is what we've built so far. This is what we want to build. You notice that the only two pieces that are not in place are this red and green edge and this red and blue edge, so that it looks like this when we're finished. Okay. One thing that we really want to pay attention to at this point is to not break the block, the 6 QB block that we've already built. So a way to avoid breaking it is to grab that portion so that you subconsciously don't mix it up if you flip the cube around. If you keep your hand on it and keep it locked in, it's not going to go anywhere. So with that, we know that we've got to get this red-green edge in and the red-blue edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that portion that I want you to lock into, and I'm going to turn it around, or just turn the cube around and look for my red-green piece. My red-green piece just happens to be right here. Now if you notice, if I hold on to this portion here that we don't want to break, I can manipulate every single piece on this cube without breaking this. And how that's done is simply by moving the top and moving whatever other face you want to move. You move the side faces, you move the bottom face down here like this to move them up, move them back, move them up. We can manipulate every piece on this cube without breaking this block. So what we want to do is we want to take that red-green piece, which we're going to have to find, and notice as I kind of look around the cube, I still hold on to this. Okay, here's my red-green right here. Now I know, if you kind of can get a good view on the cube here, if I turn this top where I'm keeping this piece together, I see my red-green right here. I want it to go on this red face. So I'm just going to simply move this top part to where I can turn this portion and not break this, and I'm going to move that red-green piece into place. Now you don't have to do this, but if you wanted to orientate your cube just to see what's going on, you can turn your top face back and look. Well, it's the red-green piece is on the blue side. That's an easy fix. You don't need to do it until you get your other piece in, but I'm going to show you just for instructional sake. If you take your top, you turn it to where you can turn this red face with the working edge here, flip it over to the green side, and then that lines up your red and your green. Again, if I orientate the cube and I bring it back, you can see that it now all comes into place. So what we need to do now is we need to put the blue-red piece in. I'm simply going to grab the piece I've already built. I can see here that here's my red and blue. I'm going to turn this into the bottom just like that. Then I'm going to turn my bottom this way. I'm going to turn my top because I want to move this face here. And then I'm going to take that blue piece, that red-blue piece, and I'm going to put it up into the red face. Now I want to reorientate my cube. So I turn my top back, the piece of the original block that I didn't break, and I turn it back into position with the proper colors, and we have built this next portion of the cube. Now this might get a little bit confusing. I might be moving a little too fast for you. But like I said, there's no algorithms and there's no real special moves. This is very simple building of the cube, and with a little practice you should get very familiar with doing this. Building this portion here is relatively simple, and there's no huge algorithms you need to learn to do it. Just for a little example, if by the chance you get these into position, your red-green and your red-blue, and you reorientate your cube and they're flipped, you got your red-blue on this side, or your red-green on your blue side, and your red-blue on your green side, just move this face out of the way, like so that you can turn this red face without messing this up, and just flip it to the other side and match it up. You bring your top face back, line it up with the colors, and you're good to go. So that finishes this portion of the cube. Again, I recommend at this point, before you go to the next video, scramble your cube up, build this section that we've just finally built, scramble it up, build it again, scramble it up, build it again. That's going to make it easier, it's going to make it quicker, and it'll familiarize you with the cubies and where they go, and and train your brain to put them into these positions easily without being so confused. So we'll see you in the next video.